welcome back to Crystal Intuition. My name is Melissa, for those of you who don't already know me. So this video today is going to be a little bit more on the heavy note. I have a couple of disclaimers I want to give before we get started. And if any of these disclaimers sounds like you, I suggest you do not watch this video and maybe, go check out my other videos. If you're dealing with any type of mental health issues or something, and this video is going to be really heavy, like I said, if you are not ready to deal with that type of stuff, facing your demon type of stuff, I suggest you don't watch this video, but I do suggest my previous video, the book review I did on Megan's ebook. It's a little bit more of a lighthearted, supportive ebook on mental health and how to deal with your traumas and things in a positive way. But today I'm going to be sharing my life story with you guys, telling you my side of the story, because lately I feel like I'm not being heard. I feel like I'm a ghost. Nobody hears me. Nobody knows my side of the story, and I'm so sick of explaining shit to people. I'm so sick of making excuses, talking. I don't even want to talk to people anymore at this point. No one really gets me because they just believe everything they hear about me from other people instead of asking me directly. So I'm going to give the disclaimers and then I'm going to continue ranting. This video is probably going to be all over the place, but stick with me because, this video is really, really, really important to me. So I need to get a paper here because there is a lot of disclaimers, okay? If any of these bothers you or offends you, like I said, please don't proceed with this video. So this video is going to contain things like talk about suicide and self-harm, depression and anxiety, ADHD and autism, and disability in general, grief and death, religious abuse, and also leaving religion behind and becoming non-religious, okay? Childhood trauma, bullying. I'm also going to be talking a little bit about puberty, birth control, and menstruation, so if you're a male, that part might bother you a little bit. I'm also going to be talking about sexual assault and abuse and rape, so if any of these things offend you, then don't proceed. Also, I'm probably going to curse a lot in this video because this is going to be the real me, no filter. I'm sick and tired of pretending I'm fine when I'm not, okay? So yeah, also if you're a family member of mine, don't watch this video because you're gonna be offended and I am gonna piss you off. But this is my story, this is my YouTube channel, and yeah, cause my family's not been that supportive. They've been pretending, but they're not. So I have a box of freaking tissues over here in case, in case. I also have a chapstick because I have this bad habit of biting my lips, and you probably noticed my lips are bleeding in half of my videos. But we have that. I also have my cell phone here for notes and a paper filled with some notes in case I miss some details. I'm probably gonna miss some details anyway, but here we are. So like I said, this video is gonna be about my life story, my experiences from my point of view, okay? So this is not opinions on anything else, okay? So I did make 2 previous videos that's gonna pertain to this video, so I do suggest go watching those after this one. The one is about my sexual assault, and the other one's about my bad IUD experience. I will be talking about both those experiences in this video, but for more context you can go check out the other one. But I do feel like with the other ones I try to keep things clean and nice, and this video is gonna be ugly and raw and me. So like I said, I'm not doing great. Before I started filming, I made a previous video before this one, so I'm not doing great. I had a couple of panic attacks today. I cried before I started filming. I had a complete breakdown because I haven't filmed in a while. It's been difficult, okay? So, some of the main reasons I haven't been filming is my brother passed away the 24th of December 2021 last year, and my grandma, or rather my great-grandma, passed away a few days ago. I'm gonna tell you guys the date when I'm filming this. So the date I'm filming this, it's currently 27 minutes past 2 in the frickin' morning. and it is Tuesday, the 12th of July, 2022, currently, okay? So my grandma passed away, my great-grandma passed away a couple of days ago, so yeah, I'm not doing great. Her funeral is this Friday, so yeah, I'm also gonna carry the coffin. But you know, this is not the first time shit like this happened. Like, it's about 6 months since my brother's passing, and this has happened before. In 2012, the January, my other brother passed away, and 6 months after him, my grandma passed away. Now, this great-grandma of mine that passed away is the mother of my first grandma that passed away. I hope this all makes sense to you guys. I'm just trying to explain. I'm shaking a little bit. Deep breaths. Okay. This video is gonna be a lot for me. I just don't want to burst out and cry. Let me just get myself straight here. So, the first couple of years of my life has been okay-ish, okay? It hasn't been very troublesome. Like, when I was like 3 years old, okay? When I turned 6, things started getting difficult. When I was 6 years old, my brother was born, my first brother. His name was Vian, and a year after he was born, we found out he had a really, really, really rare disease called Batten disease. Okay, you can Google it. I will put it on the screen because I freaking misspell it till today. Like, it's really a rare disease. I'm gonna try to roughly explain the dumbed down version of what it is. It eats away at the gray brain matter of your brain, okay? So the gray brain matter, which is the important stuff, you know, it's the stuff that helps you think. So basically, he had the most aggressive version of that disease that you can possibly have. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't speak, he couldn't sit, he couldn't walk, he couldn't talk, he couldn't see, he was blind. He could hear, but I don't really know if he could register what he heard. He could kind of differentiate between light and dark, but that was about it. He had grand mal seizures so bad that he will jolt like freaking high off the bed, like high, like I can't even show you on the camera high, like it was not a pretty thing to see at my age. He vomited up blood afterwards, and it's because of the muscles. When you have a seizure, he had grand mal seizures, so that's one of the worst types of seizures you can get. So when you have a seizure, your muscles and everything basically, you know, like everything in your body goes like stiff, and it's not pretty. I don't even know if I'm explaining this well to you guys. It's difficult. I remember at 7 years old sitting in a doctor's office asking the doctor, is my brother gonna die? While my entire family is sobbing. And the doctor said, he tried to explain to me at that age what was going on. He gave my brother 3 years to live. With his condition, he was 5 years and 10 months old when he passed away. His entire life was suffering. He screamed and cried all the frickin' time. All the doctors said it was colic, but eventually he got a positive diagnosis for Batten disease from an American doctor whose son had the same condition. There's very few kids in the world. It mostly attacks kids, and it also allegedly attacks the male genes more. Apparently I was supposed to be with it. The whole reason why it happens, it's something with the B something chromosome in the father and the mother that's identical, and then, you know, it creates problems. So he had tubal feeding. He couldn't swallow or drink or anything like that. My mom had like a spray bottle she would, you know, hydrate his mouth with, but you know, he had tubal feeding in his stomach, like a peg inserted. He was in hospital half of his existence, and I didn't really have parents around. My grandma was around a lot, and she had lung emphysema because she smoked too freaking much. Okay, so Vian was born on the 23rd of March 2006, and he passed away the 24th of January 2012. 6 months after he passed away, my grandma passed away too, and she basically played a really big part in raising me and taking care of me. I really miss her. She was like the glue who held the family together, so it's really, really upsetting. A year before my brother passed away, I was blessed with another brother. His name was Marku, and he was my mom's son, but not my father's son. My mom had an affair, and he was born. He was born normal. The reason he was born normal is, like I explained, is the chromosomes between my mom and dad that was identical that caused my brother to have that condition. So Marku, he was born normal, okay? But the problem is, a few days after he was born, due to doctor negligence, he got severe brain damage. What happened is they gave him some wrong medication. He had like this weird twitching thing when he would drink bottle. My mom was a little bit concerned. She went home to like freshen up. You know, he had to stay in hospital because they wanted to monitor him. And when my mom and dad came back, he was on a ventilator, which you actually need parental consent, and they didn't have that. So he was without oxygen for quite a bit, and he had sustained a significant amount of brain damage, which caused him to have CP, cerebral palsy, for those of you who don't know what CP stands for. And yeah, his entire life was fucked up because of one doctor. We tried suing, but yeah, under the table shit, and you know, we can't sue twice for the same fucking thing. So yeah, his life was kind of screwed up. The father of him, I don't know who the fuck it is, but he just fucking disappeared, and it's just fucked up. Like, I don't know what to say more about that. So he also had trouble feeding, but he could still eat, but only when he didn't have like epilepsy and fits, because if he had the epilepsy and fits, that would hinder his eating and drinking situations. He didn't have as bad seizures and stuff as Vian, but he was quite bad. It was still not a pretty thing to see. He also had osteoporosis, which caused him to have multiple surgeries for his hips, and yeah, it was just really, really awful. I was born in 2000, for those of you who want to know. Like, it's 2022 now, I'm 22, so you know, every time I mention a year, I was that age, just for some little bit of interesting information there. So yeah, that would happen a year before my brother passed away, and yeah, now my mom was stuck with 2 disabled children. One passed away, and 6 months after him, like I said, my grandma passed away, and Marco was with us for a while. He was around 11 when he passed. He was born on the 18th of January 2011, and he passed away the 24th of December 2021. And it's now 6 months after he passed, and now my great-grandma, which was the mother of my first grandma that passed away, she passed away. She had Alzheimer's, and she had 2 strokes that caused the Alzheimer's after my grandma passed, and yeah, she deteriorated this last while. She didn't want to eat or drink or anything. She was in a coma the last few days before she died, and it's not pretty, it's not fun, and it's hard. You know, in the meanwhile, I also lost a bunch of pets. I have a really close connection with animals. In 2014, I did horse riding, and I also got a horse, and he passed away about 1.5 years after I got him, and I actually have a tattoo on my arm. I don't really know if I can show you guys, but you know, there he is. His name was Tonto, and he's just like he was like the best. You know, I have also a little dog paw on my wrist there, and then I did this tattoo in remembrance of my brothers. The blue, the turquoise blue color, is for the Batten disease, which represents Vian, and then the green represents sorry, I'm just gonna do that. The green represents the cerebral palsy, because that's the colors that represent the disabilities. So that represents Marku. So I got this feather in remembrance of my brothers. Yeah, I have 4 tattoos. I have the horse, the dog paw, the feather, and then I have a tattoo on my leg, which is the next part of the story I'll be getting into. The tattoo on my leg is 2 trees with birds. I will insert a photo of it because I can't show you because it's winter. As you can see, I'm wearing long sleeves. So I cannot take my pants down on camera. I'm wearing long pants and they're kind of like tight at the bottom, so I can't pull up my pants, and I can definitely not pull down my pants on a YouTube video, so I will just insert a photo of it. And I want you guys to look closely in between the branches where they connect between the birds. You'll see a scar. If you need to pause and zoom in, if you can see it, if you can't see it, but there is a tiny scar there. I have a scar here too, but this is a fun story. I rode a bike and rode into a wall that had slabs and it cut me. I don't really know if you can even like see it, but there's a tiny scar there, but yeah. Whatever, but the scar on my leg was because I did some stupid shit. When I was around 17, I developed really bad depression and anxiety, and I engaged in self-harm. I'm not proud of it. I was in a clinic for 2 weeks because of it, to try and get psychological help. Don't know how successful it was, but I'm still here, so yeah. The scar on my leg, let's just put it this way, my hand slipped. I didn't mean to do it that deep. So shit happens, accidents happen, okay? I did not want to do that deep. I just did little surface scars, just, you know, to let the pain out. That's the reason why I did it. A lot of my family members said I was seeking attention, but I did it in places they would never see. So how's that looking for attention? I just did it because I wanted to feel physical pain to release my emotional pain I was feeling, and it released a little bit of endorphins. Same thing happens when you get a tattoo. You can Google it. And my hand slipped one night. I almost bled. I got woozy to the point like I almost blacked out, and I got the blood to stop. Now I have an ugly scar. Around the same time, I got into my first serious relationship, and the guy was an asshole. He didn't really care about me. He kept talking about other girls, like how that girl's pretty, that girl's legs are pretty. And half of those girls were petite. Small, tiny, little petite girls. Not only I have anything against it, it's just I'm a bit more of a chubby girl, you know? Like, I obviously didn't feel like his type. He was like, it was like a type of verbal abuse. It really made me feel bad. So I ended up making a friend at church when I like volunteered there for a week. Back then I was still religious, and we went to clubs a lot and drank a lot, and I got into trouble a lot. You know, like I was almost assaulted a couple of times sexually. Luckily I got out of it most of the time, until this one night I ran into the guy. I'm not gonna put any names in this video. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. I don't want to be sued by any people I talk about. Not like they really have a legal ground, but whatever. Like, he is a freaking psychopath. I don't know what he's capable of. If he like sees this video by any chance, he will definitely try to freaking harm me again, but I'm terrified of him. So we're gonna call him, let's call him John, okay? We're gonna call him John for this video. The first guy is not important right now, okay? Like, it was a brief relationship. It sucked. He was an asshole. Stop dating assholes, like, seriously. But anyway, we were at this club and I ran into this guy. He got my number from my friend, which was really freaking rude, if you ask me, because no one asked my consent. We started talking. He broke up with my boyfriend for me, okay? Like, I don't know what the hell happened. I was a virgin, and I was one of those girls who wanted to save it for marriage, if you know what I'm talking about. So what happened is, he just got close to me. Eventually he got me to believe he was a nice guy, and we started dating. We dated for 3 months in total. The first 2 weeks he was nice to me, and then he started getting abusive, and he started hurting me physically. Pointed a gun at me more than once. He pointed a knife at me a couple of times too. He strangled me a lot, and he hit me, and he sexually assaulted me and raped me. That's what I want to call it, because that's what it was, and that's how I lost my virginity. And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to keep my shit together. I hate him a lot, okay, but you know what pisses me off? My mom could tell that I lost my virginity, but she couldn't tell that I was being raped, even though I'm pretty sure there had to be signs. My dad wasn't even in the country. He was like freaking up in Africa. We live in South Africa. He was like up in Kenya, and he knew something was up. If it wasn't for my dad, I'd still be stuck in that situation. When my dad came back, he put a stopper in that. If you want to have more context on what happened between me and this John, I think I called him something else in the previous video, but go check out the video about the truth about my past, because I talked a bit more. I don't think I want to go into detail about everything that happened, but I'm not the same person I was, and after that happened to me, I am not the same person I was, and it's upsetting me. I could stand my ground. I could fight people. I was sarcastic, and I had sass. My mom gave me crap, I gave her crap back, you know, like it was just like that. And I'm not the same person I was anymore. That guy made so much crap for me. He was also like into some dark shit, like weird satanic shit, but it's not like this new age crap. He was there was a lot of like raping stuff like involved, and I don't really want to get into I don't want to get into that right now, but it's just that happened to me, and yeah. So now I'm gonna get into even a harder part. If you don't think that was it, yeah, shit's gonna get real. So I'm gonna get into all of the most difficult shit, which is probably gonna offend half my fucking family, but then I will end on a positive note. I'm saving the best for last, if you will. So my family is very unsupportive. None of them has helped me whatsoever with any of the shit I've been through. They've tried, some of them. I won't point out which. They know. I might point out a few, though. Every time my grandma sees me, she tells me how fat I am, as if I don't already know it. You know, I posted this Facebook post the other day, and I was like, you know, what do you do for it was like that thing, what do you do for a living? I'm just doing my best. You probably know that quote, right? And then she commented she doesn't agree. I need to get a real life. So my best isn't good enough, you know? And then she says I'm fat and I need to lose weight for my health, for my heart condition, which I was born with, by the way. It's not because of my weight, and I'm pretty sure it's because of my parents smoking, but yeah, we're not gonna get into their smoking because it bothers me a lot. It causes me a lot of health issues, and I'm pretty sure it didn't help my brother's conditions either, but who am I to judge? My mom is, I believe she's a narcissist. I really do, and narcissists don't know they're narcissists. She's been really toxic to me my entire freaking life. I actually low-key kind of hate her, but I don't really want to tell her that to her face. It's not that she's a bad mom or anything, it's just she's not a good mom to me. I have have ADHD and autism. I found that out this year. And I had a talk with her about it. She said she was going to tell my dad. She still hasn't, and that was a while ago, you know. Like, she said nobody has to know. I want to tell the world I have ADHD and autism. That's why I'm so messed up. I have so many freaking issues. I have PTSD, I have freaking anxiety, depression, ADHD, autism, and this is all of shit. I'm not functioning. I can't even film videos anymore. It's hard. But I want to make this my career because I am fucking up at everything else. Everything I do just ends in disaster. I cannot work a normal job. I cannot do a low income job because that's just pointless. Everything's just getting so much expensive, and YouTube is literally my only chance to make something of my life. If this doesn't work out, I have to rely solely on my fiance, which is the good part that I'm ending on later. But I'm really disappointed in my parents and my mom. My dad tried his best, but he said some fucked up things to me a lot too, and there were some fights that they cannot take back. They cannot take back the things they said and did to me. They invaded my privacy. I blame my mom for my rape, technically, because, you know, she didn't notice the signs. First of all, she hated my first boyfriend, you know, the one that I said checked out the girls. So she, without my permission, read my texts and shit on my phone, invaded my privacy. There was a time she took down my freaking door. She literally removed my door. Because of that, I fell deeper into my depression, and I drank more with my friend, which is where I met that freaking guy, and nobody noticed my ADHD and autism. I mean, I know my brothers needed more care than I, but I'm also disabled. It's just mine's less visible. So apparently it doesn't matter. And apparently I don't matter, according to my family, because when my great-grandma died, I was really sad because it feels like I lost my family completely, my grandparents, because I was lucky enough to know a lot of my grandparents and my great-grandparents. I even knew one of my great-great-grandmas, which was really cool. But my grandpa, which was the husband of my first grandma that passed, now he did some illegal stuff to basically make that he got all the money. My grandma left money for me to go study and to get a car, so my parents didn't put savings away for that because she covered it, and he stole all the money from his children and his grandchildren. So I don't think he's family anymore. I written him off. And you know, as for my other grandparents, they're very judgmental and they say really hurtful things to me, and I don't think that's okay for family to do that to you. And then people always ask me why I'm so difficult, but they never look at their actions. And you know, my dad, like I said, he's the one that tried the hardest. But I think because my mom is such a narcissist, you know, kind of worked on him a little bit too. But you know, I dislike my mother really badly, and I know she's probably gonna see this with my freaking luck, and then we're gonna have a talk again, which should be fun, should be interesting, you know. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit anymore. My life has been hell. I will try to go more in depth. I said I was gonna make more mental health and mental health awareness content. What better to start with me? As for the ADHD and autism, I showed very distinct signs since I was a kid, and it's undeniable. I'm not medically diagnosed, but there's no doubt in my mind. I also asked my spirits. Also, the way I lost my religion was after my rape. I concluded that if there is a God, it's not that I don't believe in God. I don't believe in Christianity because they're all just like freaking toxic positivity people. But if there is a God that gives a fuck about us, like, why did my brothers have to suffer that much? My cousin is atheist because of this too. Why did they have to suffer? Why did my mom cheat? Why why did I go through the things I had to? My entire life has been a shit show. And if you're gonna tell me it's because of the devil or whatever, like, fuck the devil. Like, I'm not afraid of nothing, but I lost my religion because of all the shit I've been through, but I also think religion is low-key bullshit. And apparently people with higher intellect and IQ and also autistic people are less likely to conform. Also, people with autism have higher IQs and shit, so yeah. I match literally every category, tick every box of autism and ADHD, so yeah. It's fun. It's freaking fun to have so much shit in your life. Yeah, I'm bullied. I was bullied in school a lot, and I'm cyberbullied a lot, especially on fucking Facebook. Like, people attack you, and they don't know what you go through in life. Before you fucking judge people, fucking think for a second. Like, just fucking think. Like, Jesus, like, why are you fucking... Like, I know people are, like, judging you because of their own insecurities, but you don't know when the words you say is gonna cost someone to take their own life. Just let that sink in for a moment. Anyway, this video is just, like, I'm hoping this is gonna help someone, maybe, and maybe it's gonna make me feel better, like, letting this out, because I've been keeping all of this shit in. There is a plus side to all of this. I've got a really great fiance that I met. We are happily engaged. We've been together for 3 years now, and I'm not wearing my engagement ring because, you know, I'm not wearing it all the time. Well, it's just, but I am engaged. You probably saw my ring in a lot of videos. I talk about it a lot. Also, I started film that all shit. I was a bust. Like, when the COVID happened, all of the pandemic shit, I lost my job and, unable to get any ones. YouTube's all I have. I have 2 channels. My other one's SFX and film stuff, and this one is spiritual gaming, just me stuff, you know. It's gonna be really chaotic and diverse, and I have autism and ADHD, and I'm gonna embrace that. I am also a heathen witch. I, let go of my religion. I did go in detail about that, about how I became a witch, my journey into witchcraft. I think that video, I will link that down below too. I will link a bunch of videos down below that you can go check out for more context on some of these subjects. But yeah, if any of you guys like struggle with any of this stuff, please let me know in the comments, because I would be more than willing to support you. I also recently made a Facebook group. Now, I cannot link this down below because it's a private group. You have to go to Crystal Intuition's Facebook page and scroll down, you'll find it there. Okay, so the group is called The Secret Society of the Weird, and I basically share all of my obsessions on there. It's a safe space to rant. I had a WhatsApp group like that at a point, but it was more witchy based. This one's for everyone. If you're into gaming, if you're into like ADHD, autism, neurodivergency stuff, like if you are struggling with any mental health issues, if you like weird stuff, like just go check it out. Maybe, like, I know my questions are a bit weird when you go into the group, but go consider being a part of that. Go follow me on my Facebook pages. Like I said, I have 2 Facebook pages for the 2 YouTube channels I have. So the one is Melissa SFX and Short Films by Melissa, and the other one is Crystal Intuition. Okay, then I also have an Instagram, a TikTok, and a Twitter, which is all Melissa_Ghosthorse, and that is also my gamer tag, or rather just Ghost_Ghosthorse. That's my gamer tag. Oh, I also think my Twitter is just _Ghosthorse. But yeah, my Instagram and my TikTok is Melissa_Ghosthorse. But like I said, the links are all down in the description. I also have a Patreon, but I have to like do a lot of maintenance and updates on there. I haven't really given that a lot of attention. But yeah, if you guys just want to support me, I would just appreciate a like, a comment, and hit that subscribe button. Really, that would mean the world to me. Because I would really like to do something with this channel. I really want this to go somewhere. And, I just want this to be a real, relatable space where we can just, like, vibe, okay? Like, it doesn't have to be, like, I hate being in a category, a box, and having a niche. Like, it's just so cliche. Like, we're just gonna do, like, unique stuff. And if you're not into all of my content, if you don't like the witchy stuff, you're just around for the gaming stuff, then just watch the gaming stuff. Like, I have a girl on here, she's literally here just for my reaction videos, So you don't have to like watch all of my videos if you don't like something, you know. Just because we don't like the same things doesn't mean we can't be kind to each other and still support each other. So yeah, but yeah, if you guys want me to go more in depth on some of these topics, I will. But this video was just something I really needed to talk about. I really hope I got to everything, but yeah. The main issue I have at the moment is my mother being really unsupportive, and their smoking is really affecting my health, and I cannot go out. I'm a week at my fiance's house, a week at my house, because, you know, it just saves money that way, and he lives like an hour away from where I live, so it's quite difficult. But we're managing. His parents are really, really nice. They're just a little bit concerned about my witchy stuff because they don't really understand it and it scares them. But further than that, I don't really have any complaints. You know, parents are in general, they like to complain about stuff, and sometimes they're really unreasonable for no reason. Like, but you know, we're coping, we're dealing with it. I would really love my own freaking space, but you know, we're working with what we have, doing the best we can, and you know, like, yeah. But as for the mental health of mine that's declining, if it wasn't for my fiance, I would not be here. I planned on ending my life like a couple of months after the whole incident of my sexual assault happened, and if it wasn't for him, I would have done it. Also, I didn't legally pursue this because I know someone's gonna ask. I didn't legally pursue the sexual assault because in South Africa, you know, the criminals have more rights than, you know, the citizens. I can tell you a mass amount of stories about people that had no justice. There was a girl in Cape Town. She was sexually assaulted by a group of men, and she was put in a doghouse, you know, like, and it was set on fire afterwards. No justice. There was another little girl, her name was Jasmine. It was a really big deal in here a while back. She was sexually assaulted. She was like around 8 or something, maybe younger, and she was assaulted sexually by her uncle, and he killed her in the process. He put her body under a mattress or something, and yeah, her father discovered her body. Obviously, they thought he was a suspect for a while until they found out who it really was. I saw her funeral car. Her father is a biker, and the biker gang with the coffin like drove past us, you know, in the town. So that was just like really sad. There was another little girl. She was around 6, and she was sexually assaulted by a friend's father where she slept over, and basically the parents went to the hospital. She had to get stitches, like, and everything. She almost bled to death. And then the police said there's not enough evidence because they couldn't get a semen sample because they had to stop the bleeding to save the little girl's life. So they couldn't get a clean semen sample. So they didn't have enough evidence, apparently. So the father then went and murdered the guy who did it, and he got jail time. There was another woman who was sexually assaulted. She cut off her rapist's member, and she microwaved it and fed it to him. She was also sentenced. I do believe she was pardoned eventually, but she did serve some time in jail. So I didn't have enough evidence. I didn't feel like I had enough evidence to pursue it legally. I didn't take photos of anything because he monitored everything I did, and it just didn't feel like I had a legal stand, and it's hard to talk about it, but I do suggest if you're in an abusive situation, speak up. It's hard. I couldn't do it, but it's important. Get out as soon as you can if you're in something like that, like, really. And also, you know what really offends me a little bit is, like, you know, like I mentioned, my grandma calling me fat all the time. You know, I'm overweight because of hormone imbalance. It's not because I exercise too little or eat unhealthy, although every time I attempt those things, they don't help, so I don't do them as frequently as I would like to. And also, depression kind of like fucks you up, like, in your motivation and your drive. So yeah, my birth control issues. I also blame my mom for this because she put me on birth control when I was 10, and apparently it's an autism thing to have very painful and heavy periods, and I didn't know that. So at that time, she just took me to the doctor the day, just put me on birth control, and I picked up like, I think 20 kgs in like a year at that age. So I went from around 60 kgs to like 80 or something like that, or no, I was like 50 something and I went to 70 something like that. Then I also discovered a little bit about autism. Apparently you can't process estrogen as efficiently, and estrogen is also stored in the form of fat. Okay, it's usually around your hips, your thighs, your butt, and your lower stomach, because that's the place, you know, where the baby usually grows. So that's the place the fat is stored. And the birth control pill I was on at the time was estrogen based. So I picked up a lot of weight with it. My depression got worse because birth control does make you more depressed. Eventually, I went on a cheaper one, and that one was more progesterone based. I lost a lot of hair, my bone density completely failed, and I had a lot of problem with oily skin, like acne, which I never had, and there was just a whole other bunch of really bad side effects that I had, like pain, headaches, everything, and eventually I went back to the other one. Every time I switch my birth control, I pick up around like 10 to 25 kgs, depending on the birth control I switched to. So eventually I had to remove a thing called a Bartholin cyst. I had to have 2 surgeries for that to have that removed. I don't want to explain too much about that. Go Google that if you're interested. But yeah, it's like a cyst in your private parts. It's really uncomfortable and sore. Couldn't even sit. Let's put it that way. So I had to have that removed. So I decided to get an IUD like while I was like in the surgery. And worst mistake of my life. Go watch the IUD video. Like, worst mistake. Picked up a lot of weight, have a lot of side effects. I still struggle with side effects, and I still have a lot of pain and problems since then. Can't lose the weight. Doesn't want to go away. And the IUD was also more estrogen based. Currently I'm on the injection, the depot shot, and it's more progesterone based. Again, I'm having a bunch of side effects. I have these like, they inject it in your bum, so I have like these, it's like blisters. I have like these blister things every time, like, and then it starts like a pimple and then it becomes a blister, it bursts open and there's like a whole blood bath, but it's disgusting and I don't know what to do about it. I just keep putting ointment on it because I don't know what the hell it is. I'm not a doctor, and apparently everyone just tells me it's normal, it'll go away and everything. Everyone just disregards everything I fucking say, so whatever. I hate doctors and I hate family. At this point I just have relatives. The only family I have is my fucking fiance at this point, period. And yeah, so birth control has been a big issue for me. I really want to get off of it, but you know, we're addressing the shit that's happening overseas right now with the whole like thing with the abortion shit ban, and they're also trying to ban like birth control. I hate birth control, I really fucking do, but I don't have another choice because they don't want to give me a permanent solution. Now I have problems with cysts, I have disabilities running in my family, and I have more than enough cause to get a permanent solution. They don't want to. They don't even want to give my fiance some permanent solution. And also with males it's reversible. They fucking refuse. So I have to be on birth control. I feel like I'm fucking poisoning my own body. And even if I do get off of it, my mom won't fucking allow me to. It feels like I don't have fucking control over my own body anymore. So fucking tired of it. But all of this ranting and raving I'm doing now, this is like what my fiance hears every fucking day of his life. Multiple times. All of this. So, now you guys know how my fiance feels on the daily. He's really supportive. You know, I really give him fucking hell because of all my mental shit. And then I end up hating myself about it. I don't want to hurt him. He's the one person I love so much. I don't want to hurt him, and I do end up hurting him a lot. Mostly because of other people's bullshit, but I can't really blame other people for what I do to him. But yeah. I'm really, I just wish he didn't have to deal with all of this problems and negativity that I have to deal with, but that just shows how amazing he really is. So yeah, that's just my struggle. The reason I'm overweight is because of hormone imbalance, and yeah, I explain all of this shit to people, but they don't understand. Also, for the witchcraft thing, if none of you understand, just go watch some of my freaking other videos, because I'm tired of explaining this to people. You know what a witch is. Like, it's mostly, you know what I do most of the fucking time? I just sleep at this fucking point. And I have people shame me for it, but fuck people. I'm tired of people's opinions. Just, if anything, from now on, if everyone has an issue with what I do, they can just go fuck themselves. So yeah, this has all been a lot. Yeah. If you want to have more of these shit show posts like this, like, go check out my other social medias. My Twitter is quite interesting, I'm gonna be honest. It's yeah, it's shit like I hate people, or like, I also did a lot of, like, when I heard about that stuff in America about that female rights being taken away, and even the LGBTQ plus stuff, right, the rights being taken away, it hurts. It hurts to see that so many human rights are being taken away, and also apparently people with autism and stuff also has limited rights and shit. Apparently if you are anything out of the norm, then you don't have rights. And apparently women and children fall into that category. I've seen and heard the most horrific things about that. I live in South Africa. It doesn't even technically affect me, but I'm really pissed about it, and I support, you know, the whole freaking cause. Women should have rights. We should have a choice whether or not we want to get abortions. I mean, if I got pregnant with my rapist child, I would not want to carry that child to term. If I get pregnant now, I would get an abortion, because I don't want to bring another child into this fucked up world, period. And also because of my brother's disability, the chances of the child also being like that is really high, and I can't go through that shit again. I don't want to see another child suffer like that. Even if the child's normal, like, you know, the chances are still not. But I lost a lot of people along the way because they found out I was a witch, and also because of the autism and ADHD thing. Apparently, when I come out, like, I finally realized that this thing is a problem, or that I'm this now instead of this. People think I changed completely, but I'm still me. And then I lose friends, and family start hating me, and, you know, I just don't fucking care anymore at this point. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about all of this. I know some of you are just gonna be like, I'm looking for attention. I'm not. I just want to fucking say what I want to say without anybody interrupting me and telling me that I should stop. And also, I kind of want to give my fiance a little bit of a break, because, you know, he's been dealing with a lot of this shit, and I don't think it's fair. I don't really have any other support besides him, besides my pets, and I also only get to see my dog every second freaking week. So yeah, and my dog's also being treated really badly. Like, he's like me, everything, all the blame gets shifted on us. You know, half the time I'm like, I don't even know what I do wrong, and then I just get yelled at a lot. I have a lot of childhood fucking trauma that I have to work through, and abandonment issues, and just a whole bunch of other fucking... I should probably go to therapy, but, you know, I'm tired of the therapist being like, how are you feeling? How is this making you feel? How are you feeling? I feel like crap, Susan. I don't feel great. I'm not doing well, which is why I'm here, you know? Like, I'm tired of that shit. I'm not up to it. So I'm just trying to, like, you know, do the whole meditation spiritual shit. It's helping. It's like coming along slowly, but I'm making progress. But every time I make progress, something shitty happens. Like, my brother died, my great grandma died. Yeah, everyone just dies. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say about all of this. I hope you guys like the new backdrop. I hope it makes the videos a little bit more interesting. You know, I'm not the complete focus of attention. I'm more focused on this little house over there, that little light over there. It's like this spooky but cool, like, space fantasy mushroom little cottage, you know, cabin in the woods type of vibe, but with, like, mushrooms. And then up there's a little space situation. I really like this tapestry. And yeah, I really hope you guys like the tapestry. I really hope you guys can relate to this video. Let me know if you can relate. Let me know if this helps you in any way. If you guys want to rant in the comment section, go for it. You know, I will listen to you. I will listen to all of your ranting, you know, about how you're feeling, you know. Tell me your stories down in the comments, okay? Like, let's talk. Let's support each other. So yeah, I think that's about everything I want to say. I just really wanted to do something like this where I just freaking talk my heart out. I need this. This is my therapy session. I'm sorry for I'm just sorry for all of this all over the place, all of this heavy shit, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you're still made it to this point, if you made it to this point in the video, would you please drop like a specific emoji, purple heart emoji. If you made it to this point in the video, drop the purple heart emoji. I'm wearing purple. Drop the purple heart emoji if you watched till this point. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I will listen to you guys too. You know, comment down below. Like this video if, you know, this sounds like you, if you can relate. You know, yeah, and I hope I didn't offend too many people, but if I did, it's okay. It's okay. Nothing anyone can say can hurt me anymore. I've been through too much. So, yeah, I hope you all are doing better than I am, and if you're not, things get better, okay? Things get better. You get off days, you get good days. But things are okay. Everything will be okay in the end, okay? We just have to have faith and hope that everything will work out, okay? So, it's okay. This is a safe space. Just remember that always. If you need a safe space to come on here and talk, you know, follow my medias, my other social medias, come vibe with me, okay? We can be a family. We can talk. I'll be your big sister, and we can just, you know, we can all vibe together. So, yeah. Go do that, and take care of yourselves, okay? Take care of yourselves. Don't do anything dumb. Just know that it does get better eventually. I know you might be asking when, but, you know, shit'll light up eventually, you know. No storm can last forever. So, I just hope you all are doing a little bit better than I am, and, I hope you all are well mentally. If you're not, you know, feel free to talk about it. You know, here in my comment section, it's a safe space. I am going to hit that haters out of here quicker than freaking anything. So, quicker than load shedding happens. If you're South African, you'll get that joke. If you don't get it, you know, this is an inside joke. If you don't get it, you don't get it. But you can Google it if you like. I'm pretty sure you'll know. But yeah, thanks you guys so much for like sticking around for this video, watching and listening to all of this crap. I apologize for this entire video, but this is important to me and it's helping me, so thank you guys. Thanks for all the support, for all of the new followers, for all of the likes, comments on my videos. You guys have been so kind and supportive, and thanks so much for all my new followers, and welcome to this freaking roller coaster ride. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep well, be safe, stay safe, and take care of yourself. If you need to take a break, take a freaking break. Listen to what your body needs, okay? So stop pushing yourself. Take a break. Just chill out, okay? Shit'll come at the right time. Go check out my previous video on Megan's ebook. This might help you after all of this shit. So, yes, definitely go check out that video. And, you know, Megan's really supportive. Just go check that out. Trust me, you're gonna need that after this. And blessings to everyone. I'm sending healing and love energy to all of you who are struggling with shit too, okay? Everyone who's struggling with shit, just healing energy your way. You're gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. I know, you know, it doesn't always look like it, you know, sometimes it feels like we're living in hell, but shit's gonna be okay, okay? It's okay. If you need to cry, you can cry. Safe space. But I will see you guys in the next video. Please have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night wherever you are. And if you're not having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night, just dump all your feelings in my comment section, okay? Just dump them all there. Leave them there. Let them go into the world. Let them flow. Let them go where they want to go, and just take a deep breath in and out and just say fuck it. okay? Just say fuck it, and then you just focus on you, okay? Focus on your needs and stop worrying about other people, because I don't give a fuck anymore about other people. And the only person I give a fuck about is my fiance, because he's really, really amazing. Other than that, you know, just you guys are awesome. All of you guys watching, you guys are awesome. And then animals, nature, all that shit. But I'm ranting again, I'm going off again, so thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video, and I will try to get a little bit more to filming and posting and uploading things. I know I've been a little bit neglectful in that regard. It's been difficult, but I will try my best to get back into the groove of this. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.